Honey, there's
Yeah.
one thing I don't think I told you about this park.
What?
Did you know that boa snakes are in this park?
What?
Boa snakes.
There's no snakes in Canada.
We're Chris and Melissa. Back in 2020, we left our empty nest to embark on a slow travel adventure, living in 12 cities in 12 months. This month, we're in Whistler, BC, a ski town in beautiful British Columbia. Today, we're taking a day trip about 30 minutes north on the Sea to Sky Highway to explore the small town of Pemberton. We plan to check out a coffee shop, hike a trail, eat lunch on a farm, and drink some local brews. Today's adventure includes a hike into an area where they recommend you wear either micro spikes or snowshoes. So we're gonna look for some yak tracks. All right, Chris is paying for parking. We're about to go into Kanski. We learned a very important lesson yesterday that while you might hear that parking is free for an hour in the lot outside of the Fresh Market, you still have to register your vehicle because otherwise you get a $55 parking ticket. That makes a pretty expensive grocery store run a little more expensive.
Parking validated.
Oh, thank goodness. Now into Kanski.
Or, you want to do that?
Not yet, honey, not yet. Ooh, cute. Okay, we've struck out at Kanski, but the very nice gentleman said we should head over to Escape Route.
Yeah, now we know why it's called Kanski.
Oh, there we go, Escape Route. Into Escape Route we go.
Okay, so we learned that any kind of spikes for our feet are going to be about $100, and then they didn't have our size. So I think we should just tough it up.
We're just gonna give it a go, and we've decided if we're not comfortable, we'll just turn back.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to be helicoptered into some remote place and left. We're going to drive up to the trail. We're going to be okay. Let's go.
Let's hope so. Our first stop is gonna be Mount Curry Coffee. I read that they have this delightful treat called the Cruffin, which is part croissant, part muffin, and then it has some amazing cream cheese filling on the inside. Doesn't that sound amazing?
Do you think they have lemon?
I have no idea, but we will find out.
Strawberry?
I'm just hoping that they still have them. You know, I mean, they could run out in the day. It's almost 10 a.m.
What are you doing?
So,
Holy, you're prepared. All right.
and I want to try some of their coffee because why not?
All right, 20 miles to go, and then it's Cruffin time?
Yes, it is Cruffin time. Let's go. I really hope it is. All right, we are back on the Sea to Sky Highway, heading to Pemberton, where the Sea to Sky Highway comes to an end.
The guy would love to live there, or at least visit.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing to be a crazy Canuck, I bet.
Yeah, because I'm assuming it's fun crazy Canuck, not like bad crazy Canuck.
Where we had our fantastic snowmobiling adventure with my little brother Toby.
And snowshoeing.
Yeah, we did snowshoeing a year ago. It's kind of hard to see, but those were just train tracks, and those train tracks were the only way to get to Pemberton until the 1960s. It was the only way. The Sea to Sky Highway ended back in Whistler. Then after that, they built on.
You know how in Minnesota they say there's two seasons, winter and construction season?
Yeah, construction season seems to still be on here.
Yeah, it's still, and it's still winter. I wonder if it's
Okay, so it looks like they're fixing the road from a rock slide. We did hear about a bunch of different rock slides happening. Was it in the fall?
Well, this road, there was horrible rain here, like in the fall, I believe. But that also could have been an avalanche. Is an avalanche the same as a rock slide?
Well, I would think an avalanche could cause a rock slide, you know, because it's a big bit of snow falling. fast because the other layers aren't stable, and so there's just these pockets of instability, and then all the snow can fall. It can be triggered pretty easily. I was just reading a book about it, otherwise I'd have no idea. But yeah, I suppose it could cause a rock slide.
These are things we never had to worry about in the Midwest, in Minnesota.
Yeah, never a thought about an avalanche or a rock slide in good old Minnesota. With every kilometer that we go down the Sea to Sky Highway, we're going 1 kilometer further north than we've ever been before in North America. All right, it looks like we found the right place. We are in Pemberton, and the sign says adventure begins here, and we love adventure.
There was so much adventure back in Whistler. More adventure.
Yes, we love adventure and we love food.
Oh, yeah.
So I wish it said it's something about food. It didn't, but I'm hoping that there's some delicious stuff.
He was riding his bike without gloves. It's like 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
Too cold.
Proceed to the route.
Chris has lost confidence in the Maps app and its ability to help us find Mount Curry coffee. So we're gonna be doing what?
We're just going to look for it the old-fashioned way, using the eyeballs and reading.
So maybe we could smell the coffee. There it is.
Woo.
I'm happy to report it only took us like 30 seconds to find it using our senses. Good thinking, hun. All right, we have found a place to park. Hopefully it's cruffin' time.
Please have it be cruffin' time.
Are you ready?
Crossing fingers
Yes.
for cruffins.
Here we go.
What's the deal with the cruffins?
They're sold out today, or they didn't have any today. Something like that. I did get a croissant. It looks delicious. So I must have a consolation. At least it's that.
And I went with the chocolate croissant.
Chris, this is beautiful. Okay, so I ordered the Canadiano. I've got to give this a try. Maple syrup. I don't know maple syrup. And did you see the beautiful art?
We got the beautiful art.
Chris, this is beautiful. I just love that kind of craft and care. Very nice. Okay, check this out. Like close up on this, because this is beautiful. Look at those layers. Delicious. A work emergency came up mid-adventure, so Chris is working on that. We'll be at the coffee shop for a bit. Thank goodness there's a coffee shop with Wi-Fi to be in.
Okay, you didn't have to go through what I just went through here, where I had to spend about an hour doing work because of a server issue, and it's messing me up. I wanted to explore Pemberton.
Well, we are still going to explore
Okay.
Pemberton. We were just delayed for an
Yeah,
hour.
so thanks, server. We're gonna try to go on the hike, and then after that, we'll do lunch, right?
Yes, that's the plan.
Where is it? It's coming up. Okay.
All right, our wheels just slipped on a little bit of ice, but hopefully our feet will be fine on the trail. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you images of beautiful waterfalls.
What do you think? Ground check.
We're not sinking in. It is a little bit slippery.
You know, it's not as bad as ice. You know what I mean? Like pure ice.
All right, mister with the bad ankle, you be careful.
Let's do this. It's 1.5 kilometers, which is probably, what is that? Not
Oh, it's
quite
like
a mile.
about a mile.
About a mile?
Honey, there's
Yeah.
one thing I don't think I told you about this park.
What?
Did you know that boa snakes are in this park?
What?
Boa snakes.
There's no snakes in Canada.
Yep, we get to worry about those snakes and bears.
You know what? The bears, the cliffs, the cougars, that's all we need, okay? We don't need, if a snake comes up to me, I will not accept it. I will say no.
More bad news.
That's how far we made it, and it's like we're on an ice skating rink.
So we should have invested in the yak tracks.
We're gonna go back to town. We're gonna have some lunch, and we're gonna think about it, and maybe we'll look into some yak tracks or something similar. Okay, well, let's get out of this slippery mess. Careful.
We are now on our way to North Arm Farms. We're gonna try to have some lunch there, enjoy, I don't know, the atmosphere of being on a farm. I've never really spent much time on a farm, have you?
Well, I'm from Iowa, so if you spend any time in Iowa, there's a good chance you're gonna spend some time on a farm. That's the way it goes. Remember the time we ate at Strong Arm Farms?
No.
Yeah, they forced us to eat what they wanted us to eat.
Whatever. So lame. So lame.
Yeah, he snorted.
Okay, so it's a one way, my love.
Yes. It's bumpy.
Ooh, this is like the truck's happy place, isn't it? Are you excited for it?
I think this is the bumpiest road we've ever driven on with the truck. Good job, girl.
I'm having gingerbread tea for the first time, and it is delightful.
I'm having a caramel cappuccino. It's very delicious.
It looks delicious and it smells amazing. I got this ham sandwich with, it looks like it has mustard, cheese. I know it has apples on it. I'm looking forward to it. I have to take a picture first though.
So I got some hot sauce. I'm gonna make an egg and bacon sandwich because
Delicious. I am so glad that we stopped here. That sandwich was fantastic.
yeah, I had a good little breakfast with very fresh ingredients. It was tasty.
Definitely a thumb up, a bump experience, I'd say.
Yeah. So kind of, a rustic place. It's not a super fancy place, but it was good food and everybody was nice in there.
We did some research, and the normal price for yak tracks and that sort of thing, it seems to be under $50. So I'm glad we didn't buy the fancy ones because we're maybe going to use them once or twice, right, hon?
Yeah, it's one of those things that, once or twice. And if we were to use them more, that would mean we'd have to be living someplace where it's always cold. And I don't know if we'll ever do that, will we?
Yeah, I don't think so. So we are going to try and get some lower cost yak track type foot gear, I guess, yak track type foot gear in Pemberton. We're going to stop at a hardware store and try our luck there.
Honey, I think we just get a bunch of bottle caps, flip them upside down, glue them to the bottom of our shoes. That'll work.
I like my shoes.
They'll eventually fall off.
It's so great driving at a farm. All right, here's hoping that Rona has the tracks for less. We're back in action.
I am proud of our resolve. We just didn't spend the big bucks. We didn't do something dangerous. We just found an alternative. Much less expensive and probably going to be just as good.
Well, maybe not just as good, but decent.
Good enough for us.
Yes.
We're rookies. We don't need fancy stuff yet. Let's go see some falls, see if we can pull that off. Do this.
Round 2.
Melissa's going to show us how to put on winter tracks.
Those look like those are on Reddit, don't they?
They do.
I'm really glad that we went ziplining and they showed us how to do these because otherwise I don't think I would have known. All right, they look like they're on.
Let's do this.
How's it going out there, Chris?
I'm not very good at this.
Chris and winter footwear do not typically get along. I can't see you.
Do you think these are on right?
I don't know. It's like kind of weird that you've got a lot of space. Well, I suppose it's just how it is. Progress.
We came across some nice ladies. They were turning back because it was too icy. So we weren't the only ones that turned back because it was too icy.
I'm hoping that our gear helps us out, but we might have to turn back again.
It does feel way better though. I think we're gonna be okay. Traction report.
Feels good.
Feels good. Keep venturing on.
I think so.
Okay, here we go.
This trail traverses steep banks above a swift flowing river, and so sturdy footwear is recommended.
So that's a pretty intense danger. You think we're okay? Do we have sturdy footwear?
I think so. Better than sandals.
This is actually one of the more steep trails that we've been on. Trail update.
We did just have somebody pass by us who's gone out to the falls and said that it was really slippery. She fell a couple of times. She didn't have gear on her feet though. So I think we're gonna be okay. But you know, as she mentioned, be careful, it's so steep.
I haven't been able to record as much because I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. This is a little bit more dangerous than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, for sure, me too.
It's kind of scary.
Let's focus and keep on going.
We're making progress. The trail is pretty slick still, although there are some slushy spots because it's a little warmer now, but there's a lot of nooks and crannies, so I'm trying to take it easy.
I got a pine needle between my shoe and my winter tracks.
That's a sign of luck.
Is it?
It is. Trail update.
I asked Chris to go ahead of me because the rocks make me nervous. One, because I think animals might live in them. Two, it just looks a little bit precarious.
If an animal jumps out and grabs me, I suppose you run, you know, and I'll try to be a tasty meal.
Okay, this would be a lot easier had somebody not told me a grizzly bear story over lunch.
I shouldn't have listened to it last night.
Thanks, Seth Rogen. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being somebody my husband follows on Instagram who shares a podcast. He's like, oh, I'm going to listen to this while I go to sleep while we're laying in bed. Do you mind? No, it's fine. And then tells me the story at lunch.
I really thought I shouldn't tell this story. I actually thought I shouldn't listen to this. I'm not very smart. Winter tracks check.
Mine are good.
What the heck? How does that happen?
You don't know how to walk. I can't handle standard shoelaces, and my husband can't handle any snow gear.
Anything that goes beyond shoes is just not for me.
All right, fix them, hun.
Okay, it's gonna have to do it now.
We made it to our destination.
I am proud of you, honey, because that was pretty scary and you just kept on forging forward. I think you're getting pretty darn tough.
You think so? Well, let's be the judge of that when we get back.
When we first met, you were afraid to sit in a certain seat in an airplane.
Oh yeah.
And now you are walking along icy cliffs so that you could see a waterfall. It's pretty amazing. A lot of growth here for this gal. A lot of growth.
Thank you.
Nairn Falls, definitely worth going to. However,
Wear proper gear. Thank you so much, Rona Hardware Store in Pemberton, for having exactly what we needed. And like right there.
would you say this is a thumb up a bump?
Oh, for sure.
Will you look at that?
We're the only hikers here right now.
Which is opposite of how Melissa likes it.
Yes, I usually feel more comfortable with more people around.
But once again, you're just tearing apart, going deeper and deeper into exploring nature. It's amazing. The transformation that's happening on this channel.
Now that our Nairn Falls adventure is done, we are heading to a 4th generation organic farm for beer. That's right, the beer farmers. Ready?
That sounds like my kind of farm.
Will you look at that for a background?
We are definitely on a farm. Check that out.
We have arrived at the beer farmers.
Beer, it's on a farm, surrounded by mountains.
It's gorgeous.
What more could you want? Good job.
I like that. That's a nice item.
My beer's good too.
It's like very crisp with just the right balance of sweetness.
Tastes like a good hazy IPA. This adventure has been a blast, honey.
I did all of the planning on this. Did I do all right?
You did all right. You did all right. In fact, you did amazing. Pemberton and all the activities around Pemberton, a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, and there's so much that we haven't done.
Definitely thumb up a bumps. Good job. Good job. What an adventure.
We have been having such a great time in Whistler.
Oh, we've been having a blast. Check out the crazy things we've been doing in these videos right here. That one or that one?